Hello everybody, this is another video interview for DECT Today magazine and for the DECT Forum YouTube channel. What are we talking about today? Well, today we're talking about AIR, the Academia Industry Roundtable. What's that all about? Well, the person to tell us is on this call with me today, and that's Andreas Wilzeck from Sennheiser. Andreas, you and I know each other well, but for those people watching this, could you explain to us who you are and what you do?
Okay, so actually I work for Sennheiser as Head of Spectrum Policy and Standards. So I have the global responsibility for Sennheiser regarding frequency regulation for our wireless systems and also take care about the ETSI DECT standards. I'm Vice Chairman at ETSI DECT, and I'm also member of the DECT Forum board.
Thank you.
Now I have the pleasure to share the DECT Forum AIR, so Academia Industry Roundtable, which is a new format at DECT Forum.
It is indeed. We've covered it a little bit up until now, but let's put some more flesh on the bones today if we can. Describe to us or explain to us what the goals of AIR are.
Okay, so basically the idea for the DECT Forum AIR came from our MERCI project, which was a German-French undertaking in order to bring basically the paper tiger DECT 2020 or DECT NR Plus into the real world with research and demonstrator development. And from there we were thinking, okay, when the MERCI project is over, what is next? And then the idea of DECT Forum AIR was born to bridge actually industry and academia for DECT NR Plus and also future DECT technologies to coordinate the research direction, technology trends and study needs ahead of us and enabling collaborative R&D projects, joint initiatives. Beside what you're doing in a normal co-founded research project, there are also actions like making joint sessions at research conferences. And then, of course, sharing funding opportunities and resources. So, for example, open source development tools like OpenStack development, which can be a nice foundation actually for any upcoming research project, because we noted that in many cases people in the beginning of a research project didn't know how to start developing for demonstrators. And to have there a common foundation is really beneficial. And of course, we are trying to promote visibility through publications, events, and standardization.
Okay, well, very interesting. And so, who's participating so far?
Yeah, so we have representation from industry, research institutes, and universities. So somewhat still an EMEA focus. Many of them are existing stakeholders of the DECT Forum, but there are a lot of new DECT and DECT NR Plus stakeholders around. Some use actually the DECT Forum AIR to sneak a little bit into the topic and to find out, oh, what is DECT all about? And they are all welcome.
Well, the more the merrier, really, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So where have things got to? What stage are things at as of March 2026?
Yeah, so basically the DECT Forum AIR was introduced at the DECT World 2025, so in November last year. So we are still in the launch and early formation phase, let's say. It is a quite new format within the DECT Forum. So it is still building its initial membership. So far we have about 20 entities engaging already, coming from universities, coming from the industry research field. And of course, we are leveraging those who are engaging to also recruit additional research partners and industry people which want to collaborate in this format.
Are there specific tasks or projects that are going on at the moment, Andreas?
Yeah, so we basically, let's formulate it this way. give the different stakeholders the opportunity to present their ongoing research projects, and also to discuss research projects they are heading to. Okay. Especially when they want to network for additional partners for these projects, or even associated partners which are not directly getting funding but information or provide information.
Academia is in the name. Is this a purely academic exercise, or are there commercial goals? And if there are, what are those goals?
So it is clearly not purely academic. So every wireless technology has its root in the research world. Yeah. So what I can only emphasize again and again is that even DECT 2020 New Radio has big roots in the research community, and especially the candidate C4IMT 2020 was just possible because we had the support of the research community. What is important to note is that research projects deliver a green field for collaboration. Yeah, it allows basically collaboration of industry partners with the academic world for a specific task in a co-founded research project from the European Commission or on national level, or just because this consortium wants to do it on their own. Yeah, so all this is possible. This feeds into the ETSI standard. This feeds into the DECT Forum ecosystem development. The focus is actually to demonstrate the technology in as many applications as possible. Yeah, and then to look, okay, who are now the players to bring this technology into this ecosystem, and industry is then defining. Yeah, so startups are very much welcome, research institutes are welcome, and of course also established companies and large enterprises.
This has got me thinking, is it possible that a new project like MERCI could come out of AIR, or is that likely to happen alongside AIR, or what?
It is actually my hope that exactly this is happening. Yeah, I already see from the discussions that there are many people interested, okay, to network, and we already have assessed the first calls from founding agencies and starting to form actually the consortia. And of course, I know that this video will be used later on. So whatever I'm going to say now will be outdated when the video is released, or when someone is watching the video 1 year later.
Well, this is true. We're recording this in March, and this is due to be published in May. So I guess a lot could happen between now and then. Yeah. So you've told us a little bit, but who can participate in the AIR project, Andreas? Do they have to be members of the DECT Forum? Do they have to be academics? Who can play, and are there costs involved?
So actually, everyone who has planned or ongoing involvement in collaborative publicly co-founded DECT research is welcome to join. Okay. Even those which are just have an interest to go into this research bubble. Yeah. There is no fee. Yeah. There's no DECT Forum membership required. All what you have to pay is with your time and your engagement. Yeah. Okay. And this is the most important part. Yeah. We are doing this for people which want to engage and are doing it actually.
Okay then, and overall, how do you think this project will benefit the DECT Forum? I mean, what's the end goal?
Yeah, so let's start it from a slightly different angle. So looking to other wireless technologies, you notice, okay, they have engagement of the research community, and this is what we have to re-establish for the DECT technologies. So we have to strengthen our research pipeline, yeah, not just for DECT Forum, also for ETSI, DC DECT, yeah, yes. And to develop basically visibility via white papers, via projects, which are generating publications, yeah, and this aligns well to the forum's mission of innovation, interoperation, regulatory alignment, yeah, and it builds basically long-term ecosystem partnerships. Yeah, so who is currently a student or a PhD student at a university will come later a person who is engaged in a company, yeah, and thereby will be acting as a multiplier for the technology because he hopefully will have good experience with it,
yes,
yeah, and want to go this route in future. And this is the important thing. Yeah, so you can't decouple from the research world as a wireless technology because you need to get the visions from the research communities.
Well, historically, in my experience, there have been times when the DECT Forum has had quite in-depth connections with the academic community. Is it your hope that this project will bring us to one of those periods again?
Yes. And we already see it, yeah. So basically, based on the DECT Forum activities, many startups already joined the DECT Forum and also academic partners because we have free academic membership for the DECT Forum.
Yeah. Okay. So is this likely to be a long-term project? And if it is, where would you like to see it in sort of 3 to 5 years' time?
Of course, it's a long-term journey we are starting here. And looking 3 to 5 years ahead, my hope is that DECT Forum Air will be still around, yeah, that we get a stable network of universities, research institutes, and research departments in the companies, yeah, running joint projects, having a rich portfolio of different style of research projects around this technology, really building prospering ecosystem around the technology because it deserves it as a user-deployed IMT technology. Yeah, and the DECT Forum Air will be the primary entry point for research partners into the DECT ecosystem, yeah, leveraging what was developed in the past, actually standing on the shoulder of giants, yeah, for the next research project.
Well, I see this as another important pillar in the building of success for NR+, Andreas. And for anybody out there that's watching this today or reading about it in the magazine and would like to become part of it, are you the person that they should connect with?
So you actually can approach the DECT Forum Secretariat because I'm traveling a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, but of course, I'm looking to my emails from time to time. And we also have a specific for the DECT Forum Air a project office where Mareike Zocher from Sennheiser is in charge. Yeah,
Okay.
but I think the easiest to go is via the DECT Forum Secretariat because you find this email directly on the DECT Forum website.
Okay, well, we've shared those details here, so thank you for that. This has been fascinating, Andreas. I'm sure we'll hear lots more about the AIR project over the coming months and years. And thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.